Well, happy Thursday afternoon. It is gorgeous down here in Nashville, and this pool that I'm standing in front of belongs to my friend Tiffany. And believe it or not, we are having a sleepover tonight, a girls' sleepover. So there were three girls whose names begin with T: Tara, Tiffany, and Tammy. And once upon a time, when we were all in our early 20s, we would hang out when we lived here in Nashville, and the three of them were roommates, actually, for a while, the three T's. So now we all live back here again, and Tiffany said, hey, we have not yet gotten us all together since Krista moved back, so let's do it. So we are going to, here's the hot tub over here. We're going to do that later, and we're going to have some Thai food, and we're going to talk until we can't talk no more. So I'm the first arrival, so I'm here by myself, and I thought I would catch up on my vlog a little bit because I'm overdue. I meant to do it in Texas and was engaged so much with my friend Kim, and we were walking several miles a day and eating a lot of good food, and I was getting ready to share the Velveteen songs for the first time, and so I just really didn't do any of the other things that I thought I might do while I was out of town. It was just Andrew and I down in Austin, so tested most of the songs out as a two-man band, and it actually was surprisingly fine and good, actually. I really enjoyed it. And so then it just felt extra special to have a full band for the release show at the farm, and I really wish all of you guys could have been there, and it's definitely something I would love to repeat. Maybe next spring we'll do a day-long event there, and you can tell me if you would come for that. If it was open to everybody and we had some great local singer-songwriters sharing, we could do back porch music again, and then we could maybe have a full band stage as well for the evening, and hiking and bonfire, good food, picnic. This morning I had brunch with JJ Heller, and I don't know if you know her or her music, but she is a sweetheart, and I've been hearing her name for years, and we have mutual friends, but we've never gotten together to get better acquainted. So after running into each other at a local show recently, literally the local show, it's what it's called, we decided to get together. One thing that we talked about is anxiety, performance anxiety, since it's been a big struggle in my life in the past, and I know that it's very common. I mean, it's like the more people are afraid of standing up and being in front of people than just about anything else. I can't remember what the other big fears are. Drowning, fire, dying, I'm not sure. I'm at a different place with it than I was a few years ago, so I thought I would kind of trace that journey and maybe give you some insight into things that might help you. So the topic came up about performance anxiety because JJ said, so do you enjoy performing live? Maybe I've mentioned it to her in the past, or she's heard me say something about it elsewhere, but I said, for a long time I really did not, and it's been a very, very gradual progression towards being comfortable or more comfortable on stage. There have been some bigger turning points in that process, but overall it's been a slow growth connected to my spiritual growth, and also a matter of just doing it a lot. It wasn't until 2009 that I really started regularly getting in front of people. In 2006, I performed live on television. I was so nervous that my throat was like closing up. I had total dry mouth, couldn't breathe, and was literally having to like stop and swallow in the middle of phrases. I felt horrible about it. I just wanted to get out of there. I wanted to never see it. Wanted to never be reminded of that day. So I was driving with my dad the next morning, and he was asking about it, and I said it was terrible. I just am so embarrassed. But my dad said something that always stuck with me, and it really helped me even in that moment. He said, you know, the only people who really fail are the ones who never swing the bat. And I started thinking about it. It resonated so deeply because I really felt like I had failed. And he was encouraging me by applauding my bravery and my risk-taking. And I've never been a risk-taker. I still did not watch the video, did not want to watch it. But the craziest thing happened, and I received an order from Troy and Sarah Groves. She responded to my email when I said, is this actually songwriter Sarah Groves ordering my little homegrown CD? And she said, yes, we watched your performance on that live television show, and we just loved what we saw, and we loved your songwriting and your spirit. And that was really humbling for me because it was not a proud moment in my performing career. And yet that is the moment that caught the attention of somebody I deeply respected. And she recognized something kindred in that performance. I go back to that time and time again now because I've since then continued to have failure in front of people. I have definitely, even at my release show, I mean, we totally screwed up a couple times in our set. It has much, much, much less to do with flawless execution when you get up in front of people, and much more to do with how well you love people. And if you can make a mistake and laugh about it and carry on rather than throwing a temper tantrum, it's going to make all the difference in the world. And my friend Tara has just shown up, so I'm going to have to pause this and continue it tomorrow, perhaps. Well, I'm back at my own place after a successful sleepover. I did manage to stay awake all the way until 12:30, which was a major achievement, and my eyes were barely open by the end. But we had a great time. It was really nice to get away and it not be work related. I'm gonna miss this place. We are getting ready to move out and find a new place by the end of the summer. So anyway, a lot of overcoming performance anxiety is just doing it. It is about failing in front of people and finding out that you didn't die and that the world didn't turn against you because you were shockingly less than perfect. And you can really only know that by experiencing it. Hear other people say, hey, life goes on after you mess up in front of people. And we go, oh, that's good to know. I'm still gonna really try to avoid ever messing up in front of people. We need to applaud each other's failures, because if you fail, that means you tried something that had the risk of failure, that was not a safe choice, a safe bet. And you'll feel more alive, and sometimes you're gonna bomb and you're gonna feel more alive realizing that it didn't kill you. And then sometimes you're gonna do great and you're gonna feel more alive because you know you did something hard, and it makes you aware of your own strength and God's strength in you. So some of it, you just got to get out there and do it. Another thing that helped me is realizing the value in adequate preparation, because for a long time I was stretched so thin and trying to do so many things that I honestly was just barely getting out the door for gigs, and I didn't rehearse properly. And I was performing a lot with a friend from out of state, and so we were literally showing up after not having been together for a while, and you know, we were winging it, and I don't like that. I don't like to wing things, and so it's not like brain surgery to know that you'll feel better if you've practiced more and been prepared. So, you know, also just I've found for me, just getting older and realizing that time is not going to, you know, that time is going to run out on you, and you don't want to waste time. Like, I don't want to waste any more time tiptoeing around people and being timid and being nervous and trying to play some kind of game of making everybody happy. It's exhausting and it's time consuming. And I need to point all my resources in a better direction to take care of my people and to do the work that I need to do, and believing that I have something to contribute. I just heard someone say that in Native American tradition, or some Native American traditions, you are not allowed to give advice until you're at least age 60. I'm not there yet, so maybe I shouldn't be giving advice. But I appreciate where that comes from too, because we don't need to be afraid of getting older. It's an honor to have lived long enough to have something to share and to pass on. So that's all for today.